Hey everybody, Mark here from Game Maker's Toolkit with a new Premiere tutorial. Sorry I haven't done one of these for a while, but I finally made something that I wanted to show off and think you might be interested in learning how I did it. So it looks like this. This is the final product. It's a bit choppy, sorry. It is the Metacritic scores for Dead Space 2 and 3 in these nice little bars that fill up to show you very visually which game got the best score, Dead Space 2. And it looks nice, and I'm pretty proud of it, so I thought you might want to know how I did it. So let's do the Dead Space 1-1, and by going into the nest, and you can see that it is 3 transparent videos with circles effects generated on them. So it's just a circle, essentially. So this is the grey one, and it's got just a little animation that just pops in at the beginning. And then the next one is just this light grey one. And then there's the green one at the top, which is using the thickness and the edge effect thickness to make it look a bit nicer. And they work together to make a nice little effect. And then we want to throw on, let's throw on a new one, a radial wipe. And this is the same effect I used in the Hitman video, and it's a great effect, and I've used it quite a lot of times. And it just lets you do this, and so you get this really nice effect of a bar filling in a circular way. And if we set it to counterclockwise, it's a bit more like a, going from 0 up to 100, though either way is fine. And the really nice thing is that a Metacritic score is out of 100, and this effect has a 100% completion, so all we have to do is just swap the numbers around to get there. So we might start by putting in a key, we'll start with 0% and start an animation and put a keyframe in as, 100%, sorry. And then, a few minutes later, we're going to put in a, so the game, Dead Space 1, I think got like 88%. So we want to have 12% completion. So that, now we filled in the bar 88% of its completion. And then we're going to put on a ease in transition here. So it's a bit nicer than just like slapping into the finish line, but it sort of slowly comes in. So that's that. And then the other thing I did was I changed the colors. So Metacritic has a thing where at a certain number, a certain score, it's red, and then a bit higher it's yellow, and then a lot higher it's green. And for that, we just put on a an animation on the color, and I believe it's 75. It goes green, so we want to go to 25 because again it's inverse. And when it's at 25, we put it. We'll make it green, and then at what is it? I believe 50, it is yellow. So at 50, I'm looking down here at this transition completion. 50, it goes to yellow. And like sort of that, sort of yellow, and then at 0 it is or 100, because again just flipping it around it is red. So now it goes from red into yellow into green, looking nice. And then the numbers, this is the one where if anybody knows a smarter way of doing this, please let me know, because I am just an idiot. But basically, these are just pictures of numbers. Let's see if I can find them. Numbers. Here they are. 6, 5, 8. And they're just, drawn on the screen. So there's like, let's get rid of these. 1, 2, and it just counts up to 9 and starts again. Copy and paste. Very nice. And then whenever it gets to 9, then this number, this top number, which is this one, goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Does these numbers perfectly correlate with this thing? No, but who cares, because no one's ever going to notice that. What I haven't got in this little tutorial I'm doing here is that the numbers. No, it's pretty good actually. They do. That was actually a bit of a fluke. Is that you want to have it so when it hits this. This is, 85, 86, 87, 88 is my number, and when it sort of hits there, that's when you want the green to the green circle to finish its transition, so I got it a bit late, so I can just move that in, but then I need to redo the colors, but you know what I mean, it doesn't matter. So and it comes in at the same time. And to match the ease in transition, I have it where the first 50 numbers go in where it's just 1 frame per number, and then for the 60s there's 2 frames per number, and the same for the 70s, and then for the 80s as we get in it's 2 frames, and then for 84 it's 3 frames, 4 frames, 5 frames, 6 frames, and then 7 frames, endless frames, to sort of have it so it instead of it just sort of rattling through these numbers and then just hitting this dead stop when it hits the 88, it sort of more slowly transitions into them, so that looks quite nice. And that's kind of about it. I'm going to have to sort of do it a little bit more professionally for the final product. So I just made that once, and then copy and pasted it twice, and changed the numbers and the transitions and colors, you know, to match Dead Space 2 and 3, nested them, and then now they're nested, I can, you know, move the whole thing about, scale it, do whatever I want, and you know, change when they pop in to very quickly move them about. I think it looks quite nice, pleased with that. I hope you agree. It's one of those things where, you know, that is the information that I want to show to the viewer, that's the important thing, but a little bit of showing off, I don't know. You know, it kind of shows something. Oh, the colour's completely wrong on that first one. It shows that there's a wealth of numbers that it could be, but Dead Space 1 and 2 had much more numbers than that one. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, for the most part, I like to use my motion graphics for stuff that is very visual and illustrative to the viewer. Sometimes I just want to show off and say, hey, I spent like an hour working on this. Hope you like it. For like 10 seconds of footage. I'm an idiot. Oh well, that's what your Patreon's for. Right, thanks very much. Hope this was somewhat useful or interesting or whatever. And I'll see you when I next spend way too long making a thing in Premiere. Bye-bye.